Nice to meet you again, and we're going to get on with the process, which might appear difficult at times, but it's part of the experience. I have something to say about the measurements which are given to you and the one in the book. They are different because the one in the book is one school of Nyoho-e and we've got another one. If you follow the basic principle I give you, following the measurements of the book with the inches, perfect. But if you want to follow my measurements, which are the measurements of Sawaki school of teaching, there you can do it as well. Just two ways. But just don't mix the two, okay? But you can always refer to the book for inches and the measurement in this wonderful, different way that was taught in America. Right, so we're back with our centerpiece to put together. We've got 5 stripes, vertical stripes, 3 vertical stripes with one piece on the top and one long at the bottom, and 2 with one long at the top and one small at the bottom. If you look carefully at the Rakusu, I would like to, could you actually show the Rakusu sort of close? What happens is that line here has no fold. Here there is a fold, there is a fold, there is a fold. So the top lines are without folds and the bottom lines are with a fold.
Can you show that again?
Yes. If you look at the Rakusu there, these lines, there is no fold. It's just like this line here or this line there. But the fold is here. There, 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 and there. Okay? So when you look at the Rakusu from top to bottom, the top line is without a fold and the bottom line is with a fold. So now let's look at the way to put the different parts together. Here we have this center piece and the one back to front like this. And you might wonder, what is this line here? I'll tell you what it is. Some people sewing will use all the time needles to get the fabric together. Personally, I like to work with needles and then I like to quickly sew through the fabric so it's very easy to handle and there's no needle sticking, so no risk of having a needle stuck in my fingers, and it's a very reliable. I like to do like that. Some people would put needles either this way or that way, depends on the style of sewing they just like to do. Personally, I prefer this. So here it is. I've done one line, and that line is this one. This is this piece here. This is this line there. So what I have to do now is to take that thread. To take that thread, I'll just use this part of the needle. I pull the thread to, and then I can open up like this, and iron very carefully all along, if I want to do it very precisely. And then I've got here 2.5 centimeter, 2.5, 2.5, and my other measurements. Alright? Okay. So once I'm here, I might just iron and put the fold in like this and sew all along. So what I want to explain here is not difficult to understand, but I refer again to what I said before. The folded lines are the bottom lines. If you look at the Rakusu from top to bottom, folding line is here, here, and here. The top line is just not folded. Okay? So following the same principle, we are going to put the stripes as from the centerpiece, which is here, that would be a folding line, and that would be a folding line. So that's the way it is built. And there, referring to this as a centerpiece, we do the same in the opposite direction. That is to say, we build up the rakusu from one side this way and one side this way, folding here, here, there, and there. That's an important principle to actually grasp. If you look at the book and the instructions which you find online, thanks to Jundo, you'll find the same explanation about this folding on both sides of the center piece, which is a very important piece in the rakusu, extremely important. Okay, so once you've done and put together all these vertical stripes, being very careful with the measurements, 2, 5, 2, 5, 2, 5, 2, 5. To make the rakusu, you have to bear in mind that the centerpiece has to be as the top piece when you build the rakusu down, like that, each stripe. So, the fold is here, and here, and there, and there. So it goes down this way, down that way, opening up on both sides. You have to also be very careful with the measurements. 2.5, following my standard, 2.5, 2.5, and 3.5 here every time. When it's literally finished, you get this, which is, if I show you a rakusu, the centerpiece that goes within the frame. Here, you've got the frame covering the edges of the rakusu. So once you have your final centerpiece, you have to establish the final square which marks the edges of the frame. So then you will, and we will next put the frame on, and then the back, not the final silk, because as you know, Judo will send it to you, so you can put it eventually on it. And then when the frame is on and sewn, we can put here the sao, which are these, and the maneki, and you can then...
What is the maneki?
Maneki is this. So that's an easy part. Now the trickiest part is this. So the measurement, if you have this centerpiece, remember, it's 9.5 from there to there, and it's 4.5 from there to there. And here it's 3.5 and 3.5. 3.5, 3.5, 3.5, 3.5, 3.5, and then you get your square, transparent, and has some lines, so you can, when you draw lines, you can just make sure that your lines run parallel to the former lines. If your ruler is not transparent, you might just draw lines that are not running parallel and are not perfect. Okay? Right. So, speak to you next time about the actual frame, what we call the end of the rakusu.